everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and there were no technical difficulties in this stream. Hey YouTube, we've edited all of this perfectly together. Don't know what you're talking about. We're playing Sands of Zehir today. We've got a full cast of crew except for James, who'll be back with us next week, fear not. He is in an internet situation which I can only sympathise with after having been through the beast from the east myself and suffered at the hands of said snowstorm. But we've got the rest of us here today to play some Sands of Zehir. We've got the man with 5 nat 20s and also a dungeon master, Strider Heap. Strider, how you doing, my friend?
Nat 20s aren't going to be here at the end of the session, but neither are you guys, so good. I'm looking forward to having fun and getting into some old-fashioned pieces on boards moving around. It's going to be good.
My God, it's going to be intense. I can't wait. Let's go with me players as well. We've got Charlie with us today. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm good, Will. I'm so excited to play this game, and I'm so glad I wasn't actually late when I thought I was going to be. So, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to unleash Sunny, steal some stuff, go to this new place that we've just taken deeds for, make some more deals in our dragon's den. Spend our 30,000 gold pieces. Our hippo's worth of gold.
Yeah, a whole hippo worth of gold, that's right, yeah. It's going to be a good session. Great stuff. We've got Zippy Zippo back with us tonight. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's it going? How's everyone doing today? Yeah, I'm Zippy Zippo. I'm playing Shallot Weatherfields, a plane-shifting gnome traveling throughout the Onionverse, stuck on Zehir, desperately trying to find out why he can't get home. And we're going to get into a fight with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Scorpion Centaur things.
Yeah, poorly CGI'd Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Exactly. Potato CGI.
No, it's really funny. I actually made Sydney watch The Mummy for the first time because she hadn't watched it, and I was like, we can't do this unless we watch The Mummy. So after that ultimatum, we watched it. Fantastic fucking movie. Now I'm super in the mood for Sands of Zehir. So that's great. Great stuff, Zippy. We've also got Silfulu back with us today. How you doing, Sil?
Hey, Will. Doing great, thanks. I am so excited for some combat. And so is Syndra, my Fire Ganassi barbarian. She's definitely raring to go. So this should be a good session.
Chance to shine. I can't wait to see Syndra in action here. Great stuff. As for myself, I'll be playing Morsan, the Tiefling Ranger, who will probably do nothing in this combat. He may shoot some arrows. They may do minimum damage. Don't expect much. I'm setting the bar nice and low. If anyone wants to help him out, feel free. But otherwise, I'm gonna be cheering from the sidelines with my bow and arrow and commiserating my continued rolls that are always less than 10 in this game. It's a Wednesday, actually. It's just a Wednesday. I roll terribly. It's good for
Don't forget Hellish Rebuke.
Yes, that's the one thing I can do. I think it's the one thing I've ever done in combat in this campaign is I hellish rebuked the person when Charlie reminded me to, and he died. So that's my proudest achievement to date in this campaign, and I think we're on episode 7 at the moment, so I'm looking forward. This might be my episode. But before we dive into today's game, I remind you guys we're sponsored by dndice.co.uk. Go over to their website, get some beautiful dice all the way from sunny old England, where it hasn't been snowing at all, and get 5% off when you use the coupon code ENCOUNTERROLEPLAY at checkout. So go ahead and do that. Also, you can interact with today's game. If you didn't know, you can follow the show. If you haven't followed yet, hit the follow button and join us. When we hit, we're going for 40 followers. We're a couple away. You guys will get to decide something which happens next in our campaign. Also, here's a tweet for you guys. 20 retweets, viewer decision. Get to decide something crazy or help us out in the party in what's likely to be a piss poor effort from me. And I've made some assistance. And of course, you can donate to affect the game. Give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, including this month's Table of Tentacles, written, created, and brought to life by you, the Trickster Gods of Chat. But I'll hand over to Strider to talk us through a little bit about what happened on last week's episode of Sands of Zehir.
While I am doing this, I would please request everyone make an initiative roll, because we are in combat.
Oh boy. This is great.
Last time on Sands of Zehir, the party was given the deed to an old homestead, a half-built castle or fort called Wyvern's Keep. Here at Wyvern's Keep, they're supposed to build farms, capture camels, set up mines, whatever they want to do to start a town. But, of course, they also discovered that Wyvern's Keep is a secret headquarters for the cultists known as the Saif al-Din, or the followers of Zehir. Zehir being the god of snakes and shadows and lies and trickery. So, they have decided they are going to go, with the help of Jericho, and clear out this camp of baddies and take it for themselves. I'm sure that is all going to go over well. And we are going to start today's session off with Sunny. Sunny, there are little black tails popping up out of the ground. They're circling around you, almost like sharks in water, swimming through sand. A bald head starts emerging up out. Six.
There he is. You jumped there for a second, Strider. You're good now.
Oh, I thought it was me. I thought my internet
I thought
was
that
dying.
was me as well. I was like, not again, Opus. Not again.
My cord was not plugged in all the way.
Ah.
It says I am hardwired now.
Oh, nice. There you go.
We are fighting Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as the Scorpion King. Sunny, there's little scorpions moving around under the sand, almost like sharks in water, circling around. There is a bald, muscular man crawling up out of the sand, and it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I would like to remember what weapons Sunny uses.
It's a good start.
There we go.
She is our resident Indiana Jones, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
She is. So I would like to. Actually, I'm gonna draw my short bow, and I'm just gonna like shoot at one of the little scorpions.
I reach out. Wait, Sonny, maybe they're nice.
No, I don't believe you.
No, I've met weird amalgam people, like lizard folk and weird rat people. Come on! Oh no! Oh, you hit him. Ah, jeez.
Your arrow disappears.
Scorpions are poisonous. Trust me.
Your arrow disappears into the sands, a few inches ahead of where the tail actually is. For a minute, it keeps moving, but it slows down and stops. The only sign of any damage being done to it is this sticky black ichor that comes almost bubbling up around the shaft of the arrow sticking out of the sand. And no more movement happens from this one. I'm going to say there are 6 left. And,
Right,
of course, the Scorpion King.
What I want to do is just turn towards the Scorpion King, and I can't fire again, but I'm gonna demand to know what do you want? An important question.
Roll me a charisma check. This is not going to be to talk him down, but to see what you can.
16.
That's persuasion.
Oh, charisma check. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Okay, good.
I've
You
got
see a pained expression on his face. I'm not going to let anyone know about these things without making some kind of nature check, but he looks upset. Not just angry at you, he's not just furrowed brow. There's tears welled up in his eyes, and his face is red and puffy.
I killed one of his boopers. My bad.
I walk in. Oh wait, no. Who's the next person in initiative? No, would be
Syndra.
Syndra.
Oh, I thought I messed up for a second. Syndra, you are next.
I got some.
Yes.
I got a donation here just to read out. Sorry for being a minute behind on that. It's really bad.
Please
Ezra donates £30. I can't be mean. Give all the players a magic item. Although seeing as one person isn't there, can more sand get 2? Hey, my man.
I want
Good,
these
dude.
just rolled on the table. You guys tell me what you're getting.
Righty. I'll find up what the number is here for you guys in just 2 shakes of a Cthulhu's tentacle.
Alright, hat's coming off. It's too hot. I can't handle it. I'm too stressed.
Oh, we're doing beanies.
Yeah.
I had a flat cap earlier. Damn it.
Today was woolly hat day, and you missed it.
Damn it. One magic item is a D166. The D166. Roll 1D166. I got
I got 101.
Nice. On my 19, I get a drift globe. No, sorry, I get the dust of disappearance, which is I just like throw it down and I can disappear. That's awesome. 41, I get Keogtome's ointment. Oh, I have to look into that one. That's a wondrous I am.
Morrison needs some ointment.
I get some ointment. It contains 1d4 plus 1 doses of a thick mixture that smells of aloe. I can swallow the ointment or apply it to the skin, and I receive 2d8 plus 2 hit points. I cease to be poisoned, and I'm cured of any disease. That's dope.
No!
Yes, Reaver. Thank you, my friend. I did need more sand. Let's see, 101 for Charlotte Weatherfields. Charlotte gets the Necklace of Prayer Beads, DMG page 182. So we can look that up here in a sec.
Okay.
You want me to look that one up for you?
Oh yeah, I don't have the DM's guide.
Let's see. It might be in the just SRD. Yeah, Necklace of Prayer Beads. It is. The Necklace of Prayer Beads requires attunement by a cleric or fuck that. There's 1d4 plus 2 magical beads made from aquamarine, black pearl, or topaz. 6 types of magic beads exist. The DM decides the type of each bead on the necklace or can determine it randomly. A necklace can have more than one bead of the same type. To use one, you must be wearing the necklace. Each bead contains a spell you can cast as a bonus action. Once the magic bead is cast, that bead can't be used again until the next dawn. The table is 1 to 6. You roll a d20 basically. 1 to 6 is you cast Bless. 7 to 12 you cast Cure Wounds. 13 to 16, Greater Restoration. 17 to 18, Branding Smite. 19, Planar Ally. And 20 is Windwalk.
I just dual classed into cleric and I didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah. If you search in the iTab Necklace of Prayer Beads, that will come up for you guys, and you can take a further look at that if you like.
I rolled the d4 and you got d4 plus 2. You're going to have 3 magical beads. And I'm going to have you roll a d20 each time you use one to see what kind of stuff happens.
Nice. I have
These are going to be chaotic beads.
I have 4 doses of those ointments. 4 ointments I'm adding into my character sheet. Great. And then Syndra. What did you roll, my friend?
155.
Oh, higher the better. You get an Ion Stone regeneration. I think this thing is really damn cool, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I turned to Syndra. Hey, do you want a chair? Do you want to trade?
So when you use an action to toss one of these stones into the air, the stone orb orbits around your head a distance of 1d feet. Thereafter, another creature must use an action to grasp or net the stone to separate it from you, either by making an attack roll, AC 24, or Dex 24 acrobatics check. You can also use an action to seize and stow the stone. A stone is AC 24, 10 hit points, resistance to all damage. You have the regeneration, which is legendary. Oh, legendary! You regain 15 points at the end of each hour. This pearly white spindle orbits your head, provided that you have at least 1 hit point. So you have to be at least 1 HP. End of each hour, you regain 15 hit points.
That is so cool.
That is super dope. Thank you, Isriva. And then Sunny.
I got 25, I think.
You get the Eyes of Minute Seeing. Ooh. Eyes of Minute Seeing are in the SRD. These crystal lenses fit over your eyes. While wearing them, you can see much better. You have advantage on all investigation checks that rely on sight while searching an area or studying an object within 1 foot. 1 foot, rather.
Well, I am finding all the good loot.
Yeah. Okay.
We were pretty vague last session about the kinds of things you guys were able to get while you were going around Citadel, investing in shops and buying crap from pawn shops. And I'm going to say this is your boon from your shopping day you had. These are the things you were able to get, which means you already have them, and you can use them as of now.
That's awesome.
Sunny, your turn is over. And
Yes.
I believe it was Cinder's turn.
Yes. So I would like to know: is there a smaller scorpion on the way to the large king thing?
He is directly in front of you. The others are circling around. Sunny has killed one over to your right. There's about 6 more. They're to your left, behind you, and to your right.
So would I maybe be able to sidestep a little bit on my way towards the king and take a swipe at one of the smaller ones, and then continue making my way towards the king?
I will allow you to do that, yes.
All right.
Let's see if the dice...
On my way there, I will rage, and then I will take a swipe at one of them. So 14 to hit.
A 14 is not quite good enough. You hit the sand shifts. These things are moving. If it was above the ground, maybe you skim its tail just a little bit, but you can't get in any kind of deadly blow onto this thing.
All right. In that case, I will continue towards the Scorpion King, and then they're ready to attack him next turn.
Good. I believe that means up next in initiative it was Morsan.
Hey, I'm prepared. So I see the Scorpion King. I unleash my bow upon him with a 12. It was over 10. I'm happy. Is a 12 a hit?
It is not. It would be enough to pierce his flesh, but he rears up almost like a centaur, and when it hits the armored underbelly of his lower torso, the arrow is deflected like so many before.
Damn it! This always happens. Very upset by this. If I'm far enough away from him, I'm gonna just keep my distance between me and any enemies that are coming my way, so kind of back up a little bit maybe.
It is difficult because you are surrounded. There are scorpions behind you as well.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of elbow your way in between everyone. Be
Sure.
right in the middle.
Yeah, I'll get in the middle. Why not?
So heroic.
Yeah, I'm ready.
If I am not mistaken, I believe that brings us to the Scorpion King himself. Though not willing to spend a nat 20 on initiative roll, he is willing to spend one on an attack.
Oh.
Syndra, you were right in front of him, correct?
Correct. And yes, a nat 20 will hit me, in fact.
Really?
Thanks for
Surprising how that
clarifying.
works.
My adamantine armor before we came out here.
I remember that.
Yeah, totally.
The 15 damage you take is not from being pierced with this tail. In fact, you don't even really recognize the physical pain behind this, but you can feel a warmth from the point of entry in your shoulder. As your blood flows towards your heart, you can feel it inside your veins moving around. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh boy.
17.
17 is enough to bite your lip, stay pissed off, and ignore the effect of being poisoned. You shall not be poisoned this round.
Not today.
Damns.
Sweet.
How about you guys give me some ACs? I said there were 6 scorpions left.
6 Scorpianos.
AC's a 13. Really? Jeez.
My AC is a whole whopping fantastic impenetrable 11.
Yeah.
Good old wizards.
And Sunny, what was yours?
15.
Ooh. Okay, well, the dice tell the story. Morsan, you're going to be hit twice for a total of 8 damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw. Shallot, as these things wiggle towards you, one of them with a nat 1 needs me to tell you how you actually managed to kill it. Not casting a spell or anything. This might even be accidental.
Just trips over it.
Shallot kind of like tries to approach the Scorpion King, but notices something like rise out of the sand behind him, and it spooks him. So he takes his ram-headed staff. It's a staff with a ram's head on it, and he goes and he's like, bug! And he starts slamming it against the skull of this thing, braining it to death.
You are able to brain it to death, and that's not even on your turn. Damn.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh, I was trying to talk to these guys. Oh well, guess that ruins that. Oops.
Sonny, you have been in the desert and around scorpions and all kinds of this stuff before. You are deft enough, you're able to dance on your tiptoes on top of the sand and avoid their movements. Morsan, you're going to take another 2 damage from poison, and you now have the condition poisoned, which will give you some penalties.
Yeah. All right. Noted. Oh, I can kill
Shallot.
myself with my ointment.
Shallot, it is your turn.
I look at all of my comrades being stabbed and pricked to get death by these scorpions, and I reach into the collar of my shirt and not grasp my locket. I grasp these prayer beads that flashback Robin had slipped into my hand. He said that I would need these on my trip throughout the desert. So I pull out my prayer beads and I'm like, okay, this is magic that I've never dealt with before. But oh, mystical onion verse, I beseech thee, give me the power to protect my friends.
I want to side-eye Morton, like, if this works, I will eat an onion. A whole raw onion.
I will not.
Roll me a 20, please.
Roll a 1d20. Come on, 19. Come on, 19. 6. Okay, 6 is...
Blessings. Bless.
Is bless.
Bless up.
Okay.
Bless up.
You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, they can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Okay, I'm going to bless Syndra, Sunny, and Morrison. And that was a bonus action, so I still have my normal action.
Nothing you do is normal.
nothing Shallot does is normal. I'm going to take this chance to cast Phantasmal Force on the Scorpion King. So he rolls a wisdom.
That is your go-to, isn't it?
That is Phantasmal Force and Phantasmal Killer, the best illusion spells in the game.
Oh, those are supposed to be separate, not added together.
Oh, okay.
21.
21. Oh yeah, he busts that.
You look into his eyes when you cast this. You see the tears welled up in his face. You see not the emotion. There's too much emotion there. He's not a feral beast. He is a thinking, living, breathing creature. And he already looks like he's under the effect of this. He looks terrified. He looks scared and sad. And he's attacking you anyway. There's something beyond him. Not just your magic. There's something, not just his natural resistance. There's something preventing this from working.
Okay, so that's like me peering into his mind, trying to create this illusion. Is there any way that I can discern what enchantment is over him?
Arcana, please.
All right.
We also have a viewer decision here, my friends.
Yay!
Go on, viewers. Give us something juicy.
For the VD, these guys are going to be assaulting a keep, castle, in between 2 big canyon walls. So let's come up with something to spice that encounter up. And it doesn't just need to be a monster these guys have. It could be a weather effect. It could be some kind of impairment in the battleground. Maybe they have explosive barrels hidden all over the place. thinking of level design. I'm trying to come up with something cool. But yeah, let's spice up the
Do you want like a
invasion of Wyvern Keep.
Yeah, let's have like a cool environmental effect in this combat, some feature or environmental effect. Underneath this line, throw your suggestions. We'll get them into a poll. We'll vote on them, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, so let's do that Arcana check. 26.
26 tells you this isn't even arcane in origin. It's religious in origin. There's some kind of dark shadow that has its hold over this man. This man.
I look to my party and I say, guys, normally I'm really chipper about, killing these things, but these creatures are not attacking us of their own accord. They're being controlled by something, and it's not magical. It's definitely religion. I think it's Zehir.
Great, just what we needed.
I feel like we can sever the bond, but we need to first discern what religious spell has hold of them.
If only Quall wasn't taking a nap right now.
I look over at Quall. I grab him by his shadowy robes. Wake up! I need your advice. I don't know how to do religious magic. I just blessed these 3 things on the name of the onion verse. Wait, that's it. It's all about faith. We just need to have faith.
I'm going to be rolling for Quall. He will be distracted a little bit later.
He's got sunstroke right now.
Yeah.
With an 18 of a religion, Quall will tell you guys that he recalls this happening before, and last time it was a sigil imprinted on someone's skin that was causing this. A little tattoo on King Yeardley was causing him to be puppeted.
Ah, I see. I look at Morsan. Morsan, do you think if I can find the sigil on their body, do you think you could strike it with an arrow?
No,
but
I'll try.
Don't worry. I blessed you with the name of the onion verse.
I'm a very bad shot. I can't hit anything. Can't hit a barn.
Sandra holds up her blade. If you show me where, I will cut it off.
Okay.
I just had to believe. Also, the poll is up. We've got lightning storm, sandstorm, quicksand, and stink cloud. So
Quicksand.
click on the screen to vote.
Fantastic.
Quall then gets a nat 1 to do anything else, so he is going to be stung and face plants into the sand.
You just gotta find the sigil, guys. And then this stinger pops out through his body. Oh, hey! And then he just falls over. Shallot will then begin just kind of like running around the Scorpion King, seeing if he can find. He will put himself in danger. He's going to get up close to this thing, and he's going to be trying to run around and see if he can see a sigil or something.
We will do that next turn.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you do with your movement. You'll run forward and try to spot this guy up. With the nat 1, that brings us back to the top of the round. Sunny, it is your turn. Things aren't so sunny.
No, I'm gonna get my whip, and I want to try and control the Scorpion King's tail with my whip. So, using my special Tomb Robber feature. So, he needs to make a dex save versus 15.
Dex? I thought it was strength. Now, strength he has. Dex, on the other hand, is a 17.
That will be successful. I do not succeed in holding his tail. But I do slash him for 6, right? Or does that not count on the...
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can. That is actually how that class works. His tail is snapping about, comes rushing forward, hits Syndra in the chest, and you're not able to grab a hold of it, but you do leave your mark on him. His armor is not completely impenetrable. What else do you do?
Really wish my very religious sister was here. Really, really wish it. I think what I want to do is I want to try and get up and around him and start trying to find the sigil too, since that's what we're doing. Because I have the minute seeing eyeballs, and I'm kind of blinking a little bit, and I'm gonna try and zero in with my supervision to spot the sigil.
Genius. Let's see. I think we should roll you a perception check.
I'm not good at this, guys. -1.
Did that say that gave you advantage, or how did that work with your item?
I just closed it. That was dumb. Hang on. Eyes on my nuke seeing. Open. I get. While wearing them, you see you have advantage on intelligence investigation checks. So I have advantage on investigation, but not perception.
Oh, well, that was my mistake asking you to make perception instead of investigation. We will use the 17 this time. And in the future, you need to roll investigation checks.
Well, my investigation is +5, so that would have been a 23.
Oh, dang.
A 23.
24, because that's at -1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 24. A 24 is much better. And ducking around him, he is just preoccupied enough with Syndra that he's not going to make an attack against you. But maybe some of the smaller little babby scorpions will.
Oh.
Shallot and Sunny, you're going to be hit.
Okay.
And you want con saves?
I do. 1 damage just from being stung for Sunny and 5 on Shallot.
And I get a plus 1d4 on this, right? Because of bless. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. I might need it.
Oh God.
Oh boy, look at you. Okay, I'm on a 12.
The 12 is not quite good enough. You're going to take another 2 damage, and you're going to feel very weak and woozy. Your arms drop to your side, and you feel the hot liquid coursing through your veins, speeding towards your heart. And you look up to the poorly CGI'd ear to see maybe the sigil's in the same place. And you can see a little black mark wiggling and squiggling like they do, moving on his flesh right there before it disappears, wraps around the other side of his head, starts running down his neck, moving freely wherever it wants, all over his body.
Yike.
It's moving, and I don't think it's just because I feel. Ugh.
Can you cut it out? I mean, like, actually cut it out, not, I don't mean that saying.
And then as far as Shallot, as far as you are concerned, this poison has absolutely nothing on those mushrooms you just ate, so you're fine.
Take
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Scorpion King, and he gives him the gnomish way of flipping somebody off, and it's like this.
Combination of fingers.
Just
Yeah, take that.
super specific.
Was that all you could do? Sunny, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think so. This is why we bought the anti-venoms.
Oh, yeah.
Which we
Luckily,
didn't
I still,
buy.
luckily, I still have them. Pulls out of his robe.
Up next, Syndra. You are up in this guy's grill. What do you do? He is shiny, shimmering, poorly CGI'd. The lighting algorithms don't even make sense.
I'm
You're like,
guessing.
there's no sun there.
Sunny, did you yell out that the mark is like moving on him?
Yeah, I said it was moving.
And whereabouts it was? Okay. I would like to
looking-
try and find it.
Yeah, looking, you can see now that she pointed it out. She said it's on his right ear, but it comes moving around the left side of his neck.
Alright, I would like to recklessly attempt to cut it out.
Let's cut this man's neck out. Please roll me an attack check.
Careful of the artery, Syndra. You don't want to kill him.
Don't we?
22.
We get a lot of double rolls here, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, that was with advantage because I was doing so recklessly. 'Cause of
And you're
my
blessed by,
barbarian.
so it's plus 1d4.
Oh, yeah. Ha, 25 to hit. Or whatever. To cut.
I made a few rolls to see what's going on, and you have completely surpassed everything.
The gods are on my side.
Was this an axe, a scimitar? What are you using?
Scimitar.
Your blade shines in the sunlight, and you come crashing down. It hits right into his neck, starts cutting in, and with a deft flick of your wrist, you arc it downwards, cutting out a large chunk of flesh. It falls to the ground, and maybe a little more blood than you would like starts pouring from the throat of this guy. But as the skin flops to the ground, blood-stained, you can still see this thing squiggling around, almost like a DVD loading logo bouncing off of the edges of the flesh, trying to get somewhere else, but it can't. The scorpions stop circling you guys. This guy looks up at you, tears still in his eyes, half from pain, half from frustration, whatever it's like to have your mind possessed by an evil god. And he tries to thank you, but when he opens his mouth, just a bubbling of blood comes from his lips, and his hands kind of nervously go up and try to hold his throat, but the attack seems to have stopped. They're not swarming, they're not pincing and stinging.
Oh no, Syndra, I told you not to kill him. I told you to watch for the artery. And he kind of tries to like scramble up to the top of the Scorpion King and put pressure on the wound. Oh gosh, there's so many questions we could have asked him. He was possessed. He was possessed by Zehir. It could have got me home. Oh no. Oh jeez.
Say I press the onion burst.
I reach in for the beads, and I'm like, all right, you worked once. Let me try again. Come on, just give me something. Oh, great onion verse.
And Sienna is going to be praying to the onion verse also, and Lysander, but the onion verse mainly.
So I have 2 beads left, and I'm going to be expending one of them, so I'll have 1 bead left. And let's see what we got.
Cool.
We got a 5, which is another bless.
Nice.
He will have a plus a D4 onto his next saving throw. Ooh, 6. Tremendous. Plus 3, a total of 9. This does not look well, even with the blessing. His weight kind of gives out. He should be able to hold up a little gnome easily, but as you kind of try to scramble up on him, his scorpion legs kind of wave. Almost like kneeling, the legs on the right side kind of collapse and he's at an angle. He looks up and starts kind of this weird gurgling, guttural noise at you out of his mouth. Blood again, still just pouring from his wound, pouring from his lips. Syndra, you are able to barely pick out maybe in broken Ardian. He's trying to offer you some kind of thanks or congratulations. You've done an honorable job.
Syndra replies in Ardian, you have fought brave, my warrior friend. Your death is not in vain.
Shallot takes off his robe and he's wrapping it around this big meaty neck, trying to stop up the blood. He's like, no.
Did we not get any healing potions when we were in town?
We have anti-venom.
You got 4 or 5.
Yeah.
No, I thought we got.
Yeah, no,
I think
yeah.
we got like 1 each.
Yeah, we
yeah,
definitely
we-
have one each
yeah.
of us. I have that down.
While digging through your packs, one of the human hands, this thing has big pincers on the torso part, but the man torso has hands, and he kind of pushes and elbows away at Shallot, feverishly trying to gurgle something up at you. Looks up at Syndra. Yeah. Run. Not good. Run.
He is warning us. He wants us to run.
No.
We need to get out of. We need to get out of here.
We got-
to
He
believe.
has accepted his warrior's death. We would do well to heed his warning. He knows what he is talking about.
But think of the things that we could learn. The things about Zehir. We could learn. I could go home.
No. And I pick up Shala. No. I throw him over my shoulder. We're going.
I'll grab Mawson's horse or camel. I forget which we had.
I-
Camel's right.
Yes. I point to the Scorpion King. I say, look, Charlotte, they blew all of their budget on that. Whatever else is out there, we're not even going to be able to see it.
I really hope I just don't get a Deus Ex Machina when we go into that Wyvern Keep and something just comes out of nowhere and tries to save us, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
From over my shoulder.
You pick up Shallot and start moving back. His head kind of slumps forward for a little bit. You guys share a grim look with each other. And then his strength seems to be returning to him. He stops tilting. He kind of stands up a little bit more straight. His head still slumped forward, move from his neck, blood still pouring. But he just looks at his fingers and moves them, covered in blood and this weird black ichor.
He's okay.
If I've had another round, I will burning hands the piece of skin that I cut out of him. I'll attempt to incinerate it, basically.
Good call. I will just let you do that. You can find it, throw your hands down on it. There's a glow, maybe your tattoos light up like they do. And you have a little pile of ash underhand. And he seems, again, to kind of freeze for a minute, head almost slumping forward again. You've bought yourself a little bit of time.
After I'm sitting down there burning it, as soon as it's burned, I always turn to my friends and be like, "Run, you fools!" and get up and start to run in the towards our camels, I guess, and yeah.
I dramatically start yelling no as Morsen Boromir's pulls me away.
Get them out of
Scorpion King!
Give them a moment, for pity's sake. By nightfall, this whole lands will be crawling in scorpions.
Turning your heads to give one last look at this guy as you guys escape, jump up on camels and start to make your way through the sands. The other scorpions, the ones at his beck and call, just wait. They don't move. They don't do anything. He looks back up at you guys, disappearing again. Tears streaming down his face, but the tears are pitch black like ink. And his eyes have glazed over as well, just solid darkness. And you guys disappear behind the next dune. And it's almost as if this whole battle never even happened. You could just... There's no signs of him. There's no sounds. The desert is quiet and uncaring as always.
I look into the middle distance and say, Amenaptra. Anyway.
What?
We'll be fine.
Poison's getting to you, Mawson.
It's... I feel bad. Gonna have to apply some of this ointment at some point.
Wait, don't waste that ointment. That's powerful ointment. Take this watered down anti-venom.
No, fine. I take a swig of it.
You're meant to apply it topically, but okay.
Oh, okay. So I've just drank.
Qual is unable to take his because he is indisposed, but you guys can drag him behind the camels.
Yes, let's bring Qual with us. He's not feeling too well.
Maybe he'll-
I'll have grabbed him and thrown him onto a camel.
Morsan, you were able to slowly start feeling back to better. It's not just a switch you can flip and everything's okay. You feel sapped to your strength. You feel terrible, maybe at the end of a long flu or illness, but your strength is slowly returning to you. And as it does, the sweat's pouring down your face. Same with Syndra and Shallot. You guys are drenched in sweat.
And
You feel-
Sunny's poisoned also.
Oh,
Were you?
we should take some antibiotics.
Syndra wasn't poisoned. The time that I got hit, I shook it off. was
Shallot
hurt,
did as
but-
well.
I recall you guys, sweat pouring down your face, look down after the battle and see the piercing blows dealt to you, these stings.
Yeah.
They have pierced your cooling robes. There's this blue, chunky liquid staining your robes,
Oh.
running down you, hitting
Ah,
the stands and forming little puddles. And already it feels 20 degrees hotter out in the desert. I'm
That
going
is-
to put this at about midday.
Sunny's gonna tie off the wound where she got by the scorpion, and then just apply the anti-venom and just hope it kicks in quick. And then take a deep drink of water from one of our supplies.
Shallot's long gray hair starts sticking to his face, and his beard, which is gray with like pink streaks in it, starts to like. When you sweat, your hair gets all weird and greasy and stuff. His beard starts doing like that. And he's like, man, it's so hot. Oh, no. No, my never ice. Oh, jeez.
Stop
This
complaining.
is one bad thing after another. I look at Morrison. Morrison, open up your shirt.
I
getting hot in here.
questioningly look at him. Why?
Because I'm about to hop in there like a baby Roo into his mother's papoose.
It's not very good in there. A lot of old wounds, bandages.
Well, it's much cooler in there than it is out here. So he like
You can-
scrambles and like
Bye.
gets up really next to his, like really close to his ice packs.
You probably smell like kind of like sickly sweet decay from like all these bandages that he's have. He's like half a mummy in there.
Oh, ew. Why didn't you tell me you had
Runes.
the wounds?
I'm still juicy down there. It's fine.
Oh, okay, juicy. I'm not gonna question it. It's nice and cool in here.
I'm glad that
It's
someone can
Cool
get-
for now. You can estimate that you have 2 or 3 minutes before the rest of this stuff from walking through the desert eventually slops out of the rips and tears in the robes. And your cooling suits will be pretty much ineffective. You'll just be wearing giant heavy tarps.
So, using my history of having grown up traveling the desert, I want to start looking for some sort of cool shelter nearby where we can kind of reevaluate and see what we can do to.
Yeah, I would like to assist in that as well.
Yeah, you guys
Having
can
grown
make
up also in the deserts.
anyone proficient. I think Morsan would actually be really good at this as well. Let's see some survival checks.
Sunny's
Desert
not
survival.
proficient. Someone else do this. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
proficient.
I think I probably am. I am proficient. Something
So since I'm proficient and she's not, can I do it with an advantage?
No.
Okay.
Got a. Even while I'm poisoned. Oh no, I took the antivenom. Assuming that worked. Either way, it's an 18.
Morsan, as the sweat starts dripping down your face and staining your bandages, maybe you're already juicy. I don't know.
Sure.
The heat starts seeping in through your robes, and you have that adrenaline hit you, that fight or flight response that you've learned of. I might die out here in the desert. You've certainly had this before as a desert traveler, and you know that you guys need to find some way to protect yourselves from the heat now and the cold at night. With an 18, there's not much here. There are small dunes. They do raise 20 feet, but the sun's directly overhead, and there's almost no shadows in any direction. There's not one side or the other that's more protective. This particular spot is bad for traveling. You don't see anything.
This is not a good spot for us to be in at all. We have to get to cover as soon as possible somewhere cooler, else we're gonna burn up in a matter of minutes. Let's head
If
over
only
that.
someone had a nat 20 they could burn. If only we could somehow magically see an oasis before us.
Well, that
On
place.
the little hex,
Go ahead.
on the little hex map, I'm going to need you guys to tell me which way you're traveling, because there's 2 hexes next to Citadel that are kind of moving in the direction of Wyvern Keep, and I need you to tell me which one you're going
South?
into.
I thought we were going south.
So whereabouts are we right now on the map? Put it up so the viewers can see as well.
Oh, the map is on the...
It's on the background on the Roll20 page.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, which point are we at? Do we have a marker or a token about where we are at the moment? We're at Citadel.
I could come up with one at some point. You guys are leaving from Citadel.
Okay, so we're still on that
You either
square.
headed directly south, or you'd have headed southwest.
Okay, yeah. I was just wondering if we'd gone to a different square. Yeah, I think it was south, I think we said.
I thought we were heading south, but
Yeah. We can say that, unless anyone else remembers otherwise, I think we said that.
Yeah, I think we're heading south to Wyvern Keep.
Yeah.
If you are heading directly due south, then I can tell you see nothing. There is sand.
I mean southwest. No, I'm kidding. So we're here. Well, we know that further down here this is like jungle, right?
That's what the map seems to say. It's at least greener, so hypothetically it could provide some cover.
Okay. What we know is that if we keep heading southwards, there is going to be some cover, some vegetation, which means that there's water. And probably going to be a lot cooler. Problem is, I don't know how long it's going to take us to get there. A couple of hours at least, I'd say.
we should wrap up to keep the sand out and keep moving then, and just use the water supplies we have and hope we can get more.
Yeah. Agreed.
If that is the plan, I will need Constitution saving throws from the entire party.
All right.
Oh dear. 18.
Are we still under the effect of Bless?
Ooh.
Was blessed just for one roll?
It's for a minute.
It's for a minute, but I did cast Bless again. One time was on the
that's
Scorpion
true.
King. I guess I had 2 other targets.
You would have.
We'll throw it on Morsan and Sunny. We'll just do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I was just clarifying. That's a 10 for Sunny.
Syndra, it's been a very, very long time since you've traveled the deserts without any kind of anything. In fact, the capital of Aralhara to the west is plains and marshland. It's still hot, but it's not this damn dry. It's impossible here. And the Ardians kind of know to avoid this area. That's why they let the people settle Citadel where it is. This place sucks. And Sunny,
Okay.
you two are going to be having the hardest time. You're going to take the first level of exhaustion, and you're going to be draped over your camels, not looking around. There's nothing you can do, really.
I'm just there, like, sipping water and, like, tipping it on myself and just feeling like garbage. Because I'm still recovering from poison, too, I guess, so
Yes.
I'm having a sucky time right now.
Are you okay over there, Sonny? Kind of noticing that she's struggling with all this heat. Syndra,
I've been better.
you guys look like shit.
Whatever you do, don't drink your sweat.
You didn't do that, did you?
Uh,
Not again.
no.
Not
Charlotte.
yet.
You didn't do that again, did you?
No, I
Talk
no.
about this.
I thought it was hydrating water. It's really hot. I'm starting. I feel like I'm hallucinating.
Well, last time, Charlotte, your armpits are not fridges. They don't keep things cool and nice.
Yeah. No, I understand. I think I'm going to take a little nap because it's so hot.
We can't stop.
Tell me about cold things.
There are no cold things here.
What are cold things like?
Well,
Not hot.
if we look at my past, I used to have a best friend. His name was Ramsey, and his heart was pretty cold.
You're right. Let's not talk. Let's save our energy.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to say there is some kind of obstacle ahead, maybe some rocky crags that the sand's pouring off of, maybe a quicksand pit. At some point, Shallot, Morrison, doing the best out of everyone with Qual's help, of course. Get off the camels, walk a little bit ahead, and try to plot the path the best you can. Syndra and Sunny, as their voices fade away as they get 10, 20 yards away, you hear something different on the wind. The sun is setting. You're nauseous, you're exhausted, you're dehydrated. You can catch something else, something faint. Syndra, you hear a mournful dirge, some kind of funeral song. It's being sung very, very far away to the west of where you are now. You can't place it. It's just fleeting, little whispers by your ears. The kinds of things Ardians would sing, that pit fighters would sing. It takes you home. It makes you feel maybe a little melancholy. It's not exciting. It's sad. Someone's in mourning. And
So that's further into the desert, right? Not towards the ocean side.
whoever's making the Indiana Jones dots is doing fantastic.
That's me. I thought it'd help.
It takes you a while to place this Syndra, but eventually you can tell as little notes hit your ears over the wind. You've heard this before, not this version. This is a sad version full of mourning, something at a funeral. But this song was always hummed by someone you met before, one of the very first people, a young woman from Jericho's caravan that you met from outside of Ardalhara. Someone that's no longer with you. The significance is just for you alone to comprehend and what it means. And at first, you think, are you having mirages in the desert? Is the heat playing tricks on you? But it's too consistent. It keeps happening, and you can eventually peg it as, this is a tune you've heard before, and it's sad. Sunny, as the others' voices fade away, you hear little notes on the wind. Some kind of mournful singing. Maybe you've heard this before. You can't place it. It's coming far to the west. More and more little notes hit your ears, and eventually you're able to place it as a religious hymn. This is one talking of heroes lost in the past. Families split apart by evil and war and by crusades. You recognize this because this is a song sung by your sister. And as you wait and listen to the air of the evening as the sun starts going down, it's her voice. It's not just specifically her song. You can peg it, you know it. That's her voice singing out this religious hymn some way to the west from where you are. As Morrison and Shallot return, their voices are much too loud to hear. You'd have to be deadly silent to hear it from here.
I'm
And
gonna lean onto my camel and like push it towards the west, because if my sister's over there, she can help. She can fix this, because that's what she does. She is the golden child who fixes everything.
Morrison and Shallot, you are returning. You have figured out a safe path down these rocky crags. The camels can still carry your partners just fine. And Sunny starts kind of leaning and not to fall off, but pulling on her camel's reins, getting her off the path. She's now heading northwest.
Sonny.
Syndra's gonna do the same.
Both of them are going to turn and start moving.
All after them. Sonny, Syndra, where are you going? That's not the path. That's not the path. We're going this way.
There is a caravan this way. They are in mourning, but maybe they can help us. Maybe they can provide shelter for us for the night.
How do you know that?
It's my sister.
You
I
can
can
hear
hear
them.
her.
Okay.
I look at Morrison. I think the heat's getting to them. They're hearing voices.
Yeah, I know. Do we hear voices?
You all quiet down for a second. The camels kind of bray and make whatever weird honks the camels make. I don't know what that's called.
Shallot bonks the camel. Shut up!
You hear each other breathing. You hold your breaths. It is absolutely silent. The wind's died. The sand isn't shifting underfoot. There is no noises out here. Until 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds later, someone finally decides to take breath again. Syndra and Sunny, you don't hear it anymore. It was a fleeting moment, and it's now gone.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear it either, guys. Are you? It's probably the heat. Come on, we found
The wind must
something.
have shifted. The wind must have shifted and must be carrying it in a different direction now.
Trust me.
This way, though, it was definitely coming this way.
Trust me. When you are dehydrated and in the amount of heat that we're under, you start to hear things. You start to see things as well. I've seen people go insane in the desert from the heat. Now, think logically for a moment. Would your sister be here in a caravan mourning?
Don't know. I don't know where she is. She could be here.
Where was the last time you saw your sister?
In the desert at home.
Desert at home. Did she leave you? Did she go on some kind of expedition?
Do you remember how I said she'd understand the onion verse thing?
Yeah, okay.
She's kind of like you. She can travel through planes.
Oh, great.
Sort of, with help.
I look at Morrison. Look, if there is any way that I can figure out why I'm stuck here, don't get me wrong, Morrison. I love your company, but if I can find out any reason of why I'm stuck here, I can go grab help. I can grab the Council of 12. It'll be great.
Had to be the onion verse, didn't it? Fine. We'll go over that dune there and we'll look out. And if we don't see anyone, then we go back onto the path, okay? Agreed?
Okay, agreed.
Yes.
And if it's a
Most
horrible
agreed.
monster trying to lure us in there to eat us, then I will ineffectively toss arrows in its direction and then run away.
Don't worry, I'll throw it into a deep depression and it'll most likely want to kill itself.
You're good at that.
I am very good at that. That is my signature move.
Oh, I know.
Sunny's gonna kick her camel into action. She's gone.
I follow.
You guys go 10 minutes to the top of the nearest dune to see if you can see anything, catch any more bits of music on the winds. And after 10 minutes, you come upon a little crest. You can't see too far, but you can see more than where you were. And I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
Perception. Give me that one.
Oh, there it is. There it is. The double.
I would like to use one of my nat 20s.
Trust me, Mawson, this wasn't just an hallucination. I've had those before.
Shallot's a master at hallucinations.
Yeah, I saw how drunk you got back at camp.
Easily, yeah.
Shallot, did you say you were going to use a nat 20 on that?
Yeah, I got 2 nat 20s, so I'm going to use one of them.
Okay. Sunny, it's gone. You're not hearing it anymore. It's too far away.
I'm now very frustrated.
Morrison, there's certainly nothing. Again, everyone's waiting in utter silence, and you hear absolutely nothing. Syndra, you can pick it up clearer this time. It's still faint whispers being blown away in the winds, but you can hear a little better. It's not just the song she used to sing. It's her voice. It's haunting. It's sad. It's ghostly whispers, barely rushing past you. But you're able to hear it. Shallot. Everyone's silent. You're waiting for something to happen. Someone's whispering nearby. You turn to tell them to shut up, but none of them are talking. You hone in, and you can hear something. The sound of instruments. It's not just vocals. There's music being played. Who knows how far away? It's so faint. It takes you a minute to even come to that conclusion. There might be drums. There might be low bassy noises. It's home. Something gnomish music. Specifically shallot music. You're unable to tell.
What?
Both of you guys broke 20, but that's what you can tell this time. You can tell where it's coming from, the kind of people who would be playing it. You two kind of zone out, go into your own worlds, perceive this. Maybe Morrison will kind of sniff and rub his nose, or maybe Sunny will shift, maybe a camel will honk, and it kind of snaps you out of it.
So, for clarifications, they're whispering around us, and then we hear the music out in the distance.
You just get little whispers that's not whispering around you. You get whispers of music coming towards you.
Oh, okay. All right. So I hear the faint music.
It's too far away to actually even be able to know what they're playing. But
can I discern in which direction?
Yeah, northwest.
Guys, there's gnomish music. I know this music. This is the music from where my lair. It's that way, northwest.
I don't
Ledusha, she's out there. You need to go to her.
And I grab Morrison. It could be Tulip. Tulip was a bard, or
she's dead.
Yeah.
Be quiet! I can't hear anything.
Or it could be the instrument, the instrumist. He's one of the Council of the 12.
This is a wild goose chase.
It's not a wild goose chase. I'll show you. And he kind of hops out of Morrison's papoose, and I take the reins of the camel, whip it northwest, and I crack it as hard as I can with my little gnomish frame. I'll probably just whip him with the staff to get him going.
The camel?
Yes, Syndra will kick her camel into action as well. And
they're not just
hit that way.
plodding along like they were during the day. They're moving with a sense of purpose. Shallot and Syndra are they're going.
Sunny is following. If they can hear the music, then she will follow their ears.
Morrison, they almost at a run, a jogging speed, they take off in the complete opposite direction of where you'd been heading all day.
Fine. Grits his teeth and follows them. Idiots.
Being the survivalist of the party, you are certain this probably means death.
Well, hey.
But you're outvoted.
At this point as well, 4Branch is to give me a new tentacle on the new table of tentacles. Thank you, my friend.
Fantastic. I've been wanting to see this in person.
This isn't your mama's head.
Created by chats. This. Ooh, I get the Uboros tentacle. Tentacle springs from the elemental plane of water. It can escape through any natural water source. The effect is a tentacle of living water slithers up your arm and wraps itself over one shoulder and under the opposite arm. You could just make out glimmering scales along the length of the tentacle. As it wraps itself around you, its head emerges with its tail. Over the next hour, the watery tentacle constricts inflicting 10% of your max health and damage every 10 minutes.
Oh,
This is
God.
submitted by FPS Monkey.
So this is
God
just
damn
gonna
you,
launch
FPS.
out of your water bottle, isn't it? You go to drink and out it comes and just...
Oh man.
An Ardean sand parasite.
Shit. That's bad. It was so close to a tentacle of hugs as well. Damn it.
I really
that's
want a tentacle now. These sound amazing and awful.
Chat
But amazing.
made them. They're great.
Good job, chat.
I remember the table of curses where my character had mouths for eyes and an eye for a mouth.
Oh boy.
Good. I follow after them. I will take a sip from my canteen, and my likely tentacle-filled canteen. Damn it! I knew I shouldn't have put that in there.
That's yeah, it's at first maybe you're spilling this thing has a mind of its own, but no, it is very sentient, very snake-like, wraps up around your arm. Pretty solid. Like you can't just splash it off. If you try to flick at it or
Ugh.
scoop it, it's coagulated. It's making a gooey solid. And
The desert tentacle.
looks kind of like a tentacle, looks almost serpentine, the way it slithers and the way it starts coiling up around your arm like a python. It's just water. But as it's kind of forming and making a shape, looking serpent-like, tentacle-like, it raises up off your skin just for a moment, and you can see two little prongs, almost two little sharp fangs made out of water, and very gently and slowly just cuts through your bandages, into your skin, into your flesh.
Shit. Guys, I found water.
Oh, you did? Where?
On my arm. And I like
On your arm. Oh my
Show them
God,
the
you're bleeding.
grizzly.
It is-
trophy.
It is squeezing tight enough that your arm is not losing all circulation, but it's getting a little fuzzy, a little tingly. And after the first few minutes of travel go by the time you've caught up, the waters turn from crystal clear to there's little strands of red. Your blood's being siphoned out.
Fuck, this thing's
And
draining
entering
me.
this thing.
I look at it, and I'm like, "Don't worry, Marcin, I got it. This thing is sentient."
It slivered up my arm. It looks like it knows what it was doing.
So it has a mind. So Shallot's going to expend one of his spell slots to cast Phantasmal Force on it.
Okay.
Where did that come from, Orson? And
Out of my canteen.
It doesn't break it. It fails its wisdom save, and it now takes one. Let me double check. It's 1d8 or 1d10. 4d10 psychic damage at the end of each of its turns. Since we're not in rounds, do you just want me to roll it now?
Can I have you roll a d20 and then roll it? Yes.
Yes. Okay. Roll
yeah, it's like, do up the
1d20.
canteen. Canteen bad.
So I got an 18.
You definitely do not hit Morrison through this snake blob.
Okay. 4d10. 25 points of damage.
Holy shit.
Oh,
That's more than Mawson's done the whole campaign.
that's more than I'll ever do.
Morrison, there's undulating on your arm. It's squeezing and getting tighter and tighter.
Oh.
Circulation being cut off now. The two little fangs pop out. They let go. Blood's just trickling down your hand and not into this monster anymore. How much damage is that thing supposed to do? 10% of your max health?
Yeah, 10% of my max health. My max health is 38, so you could round it up to 4 or whatever you want, really.
Yeah, you'll take the first 4 damage, I will say.
Oh, that hurts. Okay.
This thing, serpent-like, kind of turns its head. It doesn't have a head. It's undulating. It's liquid, literally. It's moving around. Slops to the ground, but stays in one solid piece, stays solid. The canteen is, of course, completely empty now. And I will inform the rest of you that you also feel movement. Maybe you thought it was the camel bouncing up and down first, but you hear Morrison complaining, you stop to look behind, and as you're stopped, wherever your canteens are, maybe on your belt, maybe in your hands, they start moving. The water inside sloshing about.
I want to throw
it's
mine as hard as I can.
Whatever you do, do not open the canteen.
Sonny, you throw yours.
I'll throw mine as well.
Shallot
Think
will not. He will seal up the lid of the canteen tightly, and he's like, I could use this later.
Fine.
Funny is getting rid of the temptation.
Okay. You can even plop it in your bag of holding if you wish, because that is where you keep dangerous things.
Yep. Drop it into the demi-plane.
The BOMBSs,
Yep.
which actually Charlotte doesn't have. Sunny has those. And I think Mawson has one
I
as
think
well.
I have one as well, yeah. Oh, okay. This is bad. We need to stop messing around in the desert. We need to get to this water as quickly as possible. Going after this caravan, we've been after them for 10 minutes. We can't get to them.
We're almost there. I feel it.
No, we're not.
Can we hear them? If we listen real hard and Mawson shuts
Roll
up.
me perception checks, please.
Poor Mawson. I feel so sorry for you.
Oh, we hear nothing.
Morrison, you don't hear anything. These
Nothing
people are
there.
crazy. And you do know there's an evil god after you. You do know he can manipulate minds. And
And sad.
so far, your party has gotten off track, perhaps lost, is going in the exact opposite direction, and has now thrown their water away.
I explain all of this to the party. And
You have
that,
all lost your mind.
and that is why I quit. No,
No,
You
Morrison,
guys don't pick up on anything, none of you.
No, damn it. We lost him. It was all because of that tentacle. You had to let it slither up your arm, Morrison. I could have gotten off.
We
I
must
could have
make-
gone home.
We must have been close. Zehir must be interfering. He has some snakes and illusions and trickery.
exactly.
It must be Zehir keeping us from them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. These tentacle snake things are sent by him. He's trying to deceive you all into getting lost in the desert where we will die. If we
I
go
just
after
want-
them, we will die.
I've just been here so long.
Well, you're gonna have to
I've
be
been-
here a little bit longer.
Just fine. Let's get to the keep. Let's route these people from the keep. And then I'm coming back out here. I'm finding that caravan.
I will let you guys make one more hex movement. You can head south into that jungle square, southwest. Hell, you can actually go anywhere you want.
I think the jungle's a good idea, don't you all? Good. Because I'm the one leading you.
Okay. I won't put up protest.
Don't even try.
The jungle is perhaps even worse camping than the desert, as there is suddenly no solid ground whatsoever. Just like with Citadel, the ocean water starts seeping in, and you guys are mucking through 3 to 4 feet of water at all times. There's heavy vined trees above. The scenery is completely changed. This is all salt water, of course, coming in from the ocean, but there's foliage. As the desert was all yellow and beige, this is all green and pitch black. You can see maybe 10 feet in front of you at any given moment, as it is now nighttime. And the mosquitoes that go buzzing by your head, it's too dark. They move too fast. You can't see them. You're assuming they're at least the size of your forearms by the deep hum of them flying by, though.
Those things are gross. Don't get near them. They'll suck your blood.
Sunny. Sorry,
Go for
you
it.
go, Alex.
No, you go. No, go for it.
Okay, Sunny is just like depressively slumped over her camel, exhausted and miserable, and just listening to the bugs go past because she knows if she opens her eyes, those magic seeing things that she has in are going to show her how big the bugs are, and she just can't deal with that anymore. She's done. She's sad. She had her sister, and now it's all gone.
Charlotte starts throwing fire bolts towards the direction of the buzzing. He's just like curmudgeonly, just like he hears the buzz. He's like, "Stupid bugs!" and he throws a firebolt at them.
Can I have your roll?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Let's see. I haven't done this before. There we go.
Beware the mosquito queen.
24.
Yeah, I'll be throwing some produce flame at me, I see as well.
The produce flame's a cantrip, is it not?
It is.
His flames are a little bit bigger than just your produce flame, but
Firebolt's a cantrip as well, isn't it?
he pegs one right in the face. It erupts into light. There's, about 12 inches of foot-sized mosquito up in flames in front of you. As he can't keep that up, however, Syndra's flames she can produce do seem to attract a little bit more attention, but nothing can get close or land on any of you whatsoever. You do have a wall of protection, she wills, anytime one of these things tries to land on you. You have killed one shallot, and there's countless dozens, if not hundreds, alighting anytime they get anywhere near you, thanks to Syndra.
Oh, thank you, Syndra.
Thanks, Syndra. As he like crosses his arms, just looks just like a grumpy old child.
Maybe I can trust you a little bit after this.
Yeah, I like to burn things.
I take it back.
Yeah.
Is it like a cool place to like stop and take a rest in the shade of any of these trees, maybe?
It is now nighttime. Everything is shade, and it's not quite as cold as the desert. The desert would be ice cold. It seems as though the jungle actually retains quite a bit of the heat it absorbs during the daytime. It's manageable now. You'll still be sweating, but you could find a place to sleep maybe on top of one of the trees or wrapped up in some vines. There seems to be absolutely no place on the ground you can set up a camp, though.
Okay, let's do that. Let's all take 5 and set up and take a little break, yeah? So
Yeah,
start,
Sounds good to me.
yeah, let's start setting up a tent.
Like a hammock in a tree, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Make me a survival check, man. Rangers are good at setting up camp.
That is true in theory.
I would like to assist him.
If I get an assist in, it's a 17. If it's a
You
9...
can both roll yours with advantage.
Nice. Yeah, 17. Nailed it.
Wait, am I rolling as well?
Yes, I'd like you to both roll with advantage.
Alright, sure.
There it is.
Why do you get so many doubles?
I'm distracted by the mosquitoes.
You were on bug watch, as you can at least point out some trees to Morrison. Morrison, you tie them tight. You try to keep your stuff up out of the muck. It'll work for you guys, but maybe not your camels or all this equipment you're lugging behind you.
Sunny is still just led over the neck of her pachyderm, and like Boop is just there like stroking her hair because she's all sad, and that makes him sad. And there's nothing good to steal around here.
That's bad, man.
Shallot starts gathering as dry of leaves and sticks as he can find in this jungle that is hot and humid, and he's going to start throwing them into a pile and just like throwing firebolts at the kindling. Stupid Morrison saying that I'm crazy. I heard gnomish music. Yeah, I just want to go home, and he's just throwing firebolts, just taking out his aggression.
Just napalming the jungle. It's
Just napalming the jungle.
Shallot, you roll me a survival check. I want to see how this plays out.
All right, let's do it. 9.
You can either not catch anything on fire because it's all so moist, or any fire you can start then catches the tree you were trying to stay in on fire.
It catches on fire.
It does spread, so
We'll do that. I start burning down the jungle.
you're trying to build a fire on top of a tree, and turns out it catches on fire.
Ah, no, nerds. Damn it.
That tends to happen around trees when you set fires on them.
I look at Morrison. Watch it, pal. Next thing I catch on fire will be you.
The bromance is dead.
I'd like to see you try. Now we're going through our it's the bit in oh god. Oh. Why isn't it going? No, I can't even think of it. The one where they find the lost city of gold with Miguel and Tulio, and they fall out.
El Dorado.
El Dorado.
The road to El Dorado. Fucking hell, that was tough. Yeah, it's like the bit in El Dorado where we're like, friends never say goodbye, and we're like sit in different trees and feel sad. Super
This
specific
is not
reference.
the grill I know.
Yeah,
I thought this is the part where you guys are blazing a trail through the jungle.
Yeah, on the trail we go.
I've got You Better Run Through the Jungle playing in my head now.
You guys hear whispers on the wind. There's definitely some Phil Collins.
I can hear it calling in the air.
What is this song about invisible touches? This is not appropriate. Give me something quiet and sappy. And then it's like no. What's that Phil Collins song? Oh shit.
Fields of Gold. Did that one too.
Fields of Gold. I thought that was
we got a fan over here.
I thought that was Sting. Sting did Fields of Gold.
Oh, did he do Fields of Gold? Oh,
Yeah.
did he do the one that Mariah Carey also did?
No.
So the party's morale is actually back up. Their bonds of friendship stronger than ever. As we talk about trivia into the late of the night.
10-minute conversation about that.
Sun is up over the horizon, and not overhead, still blocked by trees, but again, it's damn near as hot as the desert in here. This time it's just harder to breathe because of the water clinging in the air, the insane humidity. You guys would guess now that it's too hot to sleep. It's probably about 4:35 a.m.
The song I was thinking of was Another Day in Paradise. That's what I was thinking.
Congratulations.
That is the
Fantastic.
first thing Charlotte says when he wakes up.
Oh, that was the song that I wanted. Dang it! Another Day in Paradise. God darn it!
Sonny's just like, another day in hell. This is what is happening. And she's still on her camel and she's still just being miserable. She has no skills that can help you. And no will.
I need someone. Is there an animal handling check in this game?
Sure
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Camels are grumpy, resentful, been standing in muck all night, and have huge lumps under their fur from where they've had all their blood sucked out all night long. I need one animal handling check to try to...
Not mine. Don't use mine.
I could try. I'm not too bad at this.
What size are camels?
Medium.
Ian.
Oh damn! I never ever get to use the gnomish ability speak with small beasts.
Aw. You can speak to the mosquitoes.
Are they beasts though? They're insectoids.
They're beastly. I mean, at this size, they could be beasts, right?
I guess, yeah.
Morrison, you give them a firm furrowed brow and let them know you're the alpha male, and they will be following you through the jungle. And you are able to corral them and get them to travel with you for at least one more day. You guys start hearing honking. You start hearing camels. I did randomly generate most of this map, and though I have hidden the resources that you guys could use to make money or wine or all kinds of stuff, I will put them up on screen as you guys discover more and more. A lot of it was randomly rolled, and the next jungle tile to the southwest of you is full of camels. These are not domesticated camels. These are feral, jungle-dwelling camels. Maybe something to make note of if you guys wanted to be in the camel-selling business once you get Wyvern Keep set up.
Interesting.
We gotta beat him over the head with clubs and shove berries in its mouth.
What?
That's how you tame animals, right?
Is it? No.
Yeah,
it's not. I'm a ranger. I know these things.
You gotta beat them over the head, and then you gotta find out what their preferred food is, and as they're like unconscious, they just start nomming on the thing.
Is this from back when you were in that Ark place?
I mean, okay, look, just because aliens created a giant ecosystem and threw me in, it doesn't mean that I'm crazy.
I don't think that's, even close to the craziest thing I've ever heard you said. I'm pretty sure whacking a camel and then feeding it would work.
See, this is what the desert does to you, Sonny. Charlotte starts making sense.
We have a group of camel whackers. Because of the camel's ability to make you move 2 hexes a day instead of 1.5 hexes, you're able to head south again, and hopefully start nearing this Wyvern Keep place as you've traveled through the last little spot on our Indiana Jones map. Which is fantastic, by the way. Keep up the good work.
Ignore that one. That one was bad. I slipped. I made a dagger. Sonny's not in a good place. So I have a question. Did Sonny get to sleep at all last night, or whether the mosquito is keeping her awake?
They found home on the camels. The night was terrible, and you guys, I believe, don't have any water traveling through that day.
Mm-mm.
I have the devil's water.
Oh no.
What?
It hasn't stopped undulating and pulling and tugging. Sometimes you need to take the little cork and push it back in a little bit more, too.
Yeah, Charlotte's just like, man, oh man, this is going to be great. I'm going to take this and I'm going to throw it at somebody. And I start looking at Morrison.
Yeah, you try.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, not you, Morrison. You're my best friend. You call me crazy? You don't let me go find gnomish caravans? Yeah. Why would I ever want to throw something at you?
Yeah, look how alive you are. Isn't that amazing? How you're still alive.
I mean, I guess.
It's truly incredible.
As the day starts winding down and the sunset starts coming again, you guys are expecting you're 30, 40 minutes away from at least having sight of Wyvern Keep. And I need you all to roll either perception or survival checks. Or nature, I suppose, would work as well. Any of those 3, up to you. 1 roll per person, though.
A whole 8.
Any of those things. Oh, I'm good at nature, apparently.
Marsan, you see this alone, and no one else seems to notice. The ground is turning more dry. The trees are still just as thick here, but they should be letting up soon. You guys aren't up to your shallots in water anymore. And then you start to notice the trees themselves have strange features here. They have vines wrapped all around them. They have big spikes sticking out of them. They have little makeshift chairs in the foliage up above. And with that nature roll, this does not look natural at all. But it does look well maintained within 24 hours.
So I think people have been here in the last 24 hours. Okay.
They are building traps, spikes, vines. Something might fall on you. There's might be people watching Not exactly right here, but there's been people here.
They're building something. They're traps. They've been building them. Even the last day or so, at least. Also, Charlotte gets a tentacle roll on that D25.
Oh yeah, baby.
Boy.
D25? Okay.
D25. Thank you, full brand.
A whole big one.
Oh, this is my submission. You're gonna like this one. You get the Milky Tentacle. This tentacle was born from a tentacle cow and as such provides delicious dairy products to its wielder. The wielder of this tentacle can take an action to create 1 liter of dairy products such as milk, cheese, or mayonnaise. The tentacle can only be used 3 times per day before the tentacle runs dry.
Oh. This is great.
You were distracted. Shallot, you do not notice the unnatural look of this jungle. And all of you really come from the desert, most of you. So perhaps it makes sense that you wouldn't notice tiny, tiny little things that are off here. Shallot, you are distracted, however. Your canteen is rocking about, trying harder than ever to break free now. And when the cork finally pops and you're unable to keep it protected, you're expecting something to jump out and maybe latch onto your face. You don't. You wait a minute, and little tip of white comes out, peeks its head up out of the canteen, staring at you. And you have a milk tentacle now, thanks to Will.
Oh, what? What? No! My grand scheme, I was going to use it as a grenade, and it was, oh, no. Now I got this really awkward composition of tentacle. What is this, milk? I start milking the tentacle.
Like, no?
The tentacle does not like being touched. It'll recede inside the water skin if you're trying to grab it. But if you raise it to your lips as if to drink from it, the tentacle will happily plunge forth into your mouth and provide as much milk as you want.
That's a line and a half.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Ugh. This is delicious milk, but I don't like how that thing come into my mouth.
Hashtag don't tug the tentacle.
Ugh.
Will do. Suckle it. Yeah,
Gosh.
you can suckle from it. It's got sucker pads.
Ugh.
They're there for a reason, you know. You should use them, Sean.
Suckle? What is this?
A little bit of nookie.
You know what? I'm just gonna put the cork back on here, and we're just gonna put this back in the bag of holding. Don't worry about it. It was
You
delicious.
Refreshed, full, hydrated, and delicious.
I
And now-
convey this to the pirate, the party, the pirate.
Yar.
Yahar, I be needing perception from everyone now. Morsan has advantage.
Ooh, 12.
We found a new layer we haven't visited before.
Oh, I've been here many times.
Perception.
Sucker cool. TOS.
Okay. Sonny, you see branches start moving when a slight breeze comes through the air, except for the ones right up ahead, right where you're walking to. They stay completely still, as if there's weight holding them down. And with that roll, I'll even let you see in the sunset light a little bit of a shiny shimmer, the kind of thing you get from 2 eyes staring between leaves out at you. From up ahead, these trees reach 10 feet tall.
So it's like up in the canopy?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
2 eyes up in the canopy staring at you from about 10, 15 feet ahead.
Do they feel like monkey eyes? Like human eyes? Like sneaky
There's a
eyes?
unnerving amount of intelligence in these watching you.
Oh boy. I'm gonna pull my camel a tiny bit up and nod up to Mawson.
What do you
Rather
see?
than vocally be like, there's eyes up there. I'm just gonna nod up to it.
If I look up, do I see these eyes?
They disappear, Sonny. Leaves are lowered in the way. But you can see the moving of the leaves, the way they're not moving with the breeze with the rest of them. And you have a pretty good idea there's someone up there.
Someone's watching us.
We have friends in high places.
Most likely one of the followers of Zehir.
Or the Sahadin.
Shallot looks over at the tree. Is it this tree right here? And he points to whatever tree that they're inspecting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. Shallot takes a firebolt and sets the tree on fire. Well, attempts to, anyways. We'll smoke them out.
Damn it, Charlotte.
Love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yep.
A water skin slips out as the tree rocks. You catch the base on fire. Surprisingly, there's a big hiss of steam as well as the watery muck, what inch or two is left, is evaporated. A water skin falls from upon high, but the person doesn't fall out. They cling on. And more silhouettes now start emerging from behind tree trunks. More concerned about the fire than you guys. There's 5 or 6 people easily in front of you. Wearing foliage, trying to blend in a makeshift camouflage. You see them now as black silhouettes.
I continue to berate the thing in the tree. Come on down here, or the whole tree's gonna come up and it's gonna burn you, and you're gonna look all disfigured. And I point at Morrison. You gonna look like him.
Charlotte.
What?
Charlotte, they're there.
Oh, by the rinds and layers. Oh, geez.
You put the tree out, Charlotte?
Nope, don't got any water spells.
The Shallot, roll me an intimidation check.
14.
14 beats her 5. There's a wet thud as a medium-sized humanoid slops to the ground. There's an inch of water, but the thud's still a little heavy. No. Definitely don't want to look like Morsan.
Yeah.
Standing up, you guys recognize Karima.
Oh,
the native
no.
Ardian you've met before.
She's the worst.
She's crazy.
Ah, great.
This is Jericho's girlfriend. She wishes.
So do we just throw her back into the burning tree?
What are you doing here, Karima?
Watching, waiting, eyes open, and watching specifically for you.
And commiserating?
Say Faldine, and always commiserating, yes.
But why are you here watching for us, Kareem?
Not her. She goes to speak, but a different silhouette in the trees to the side, standing closest to you. Don't tell me there's not going to be more fireworks, Charlotte.
Oh.
There probably will. Talking Bushman. Now you better explain yourself before I set you on fire and you just look like a walking fire Bushman.
No, he doesn't mean that.
How did you get here before us?
Yeah, that was quick.
Jericho will step forth and look at Charlotte. Taller people than you have tried.
I believe that.
What? Did he just make a short joke?
Yes.
You know, I'm pretty tall for the average gnome. I'm only 3 feet. 4. 2 without my shoes.
But he's over 8 feet on Mawson's back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How tall is Mawson?
Karima, how tall are you?
It's true. It's not how tall you are. It's who you stand on.
Exactly.
Karima,
It's not the size of the gnome. It's how you use them.
I'm pretty lightweight. What are we talking about?
I don't know. But why are you here?
No idea. Is it some
I
musician?
promised I would help. And though my promise doesn't really seem evenly paid back with a bag of plain chalk, I am, if nothing, a man of my word.
Alright, so you're here to help.
Yes, please step forward. Somebody put out that fire. We are incognitus, as it were, and I'd like our cover not to be blown.
Good idea.
Despite having heavy regrets, Sienna is going to ask, do you have any water, Jericho?
You do look rather worse for the wear. I was hoping on planning our assault tonight, but if we need to wait... No, certainly not. No time. Talking almost more to himself and not directly answering the question, he starts walking away, his back turned to you. Presumably, you're supposed to follow him.
I'm going to urge my
Alright.
camel onwards.
Likewise.
He brings you guys up, not to the front of the foliage, but the trees do start dying away, and he won't go out into the open. But up ahead, you see more of the craggy plateaus you've come to expect. Now, not just the little 15-foot falls from the desert. You see mountain peaks flat on top, but reaching hundreds of feet high. And he will point a finger, and you guys can see yellow light, torches, campfires, that kind of thing. They're coming from a little crack in the mountain walls, no more than 60 feet wide. This here's not Wyvern Keep. It's like a bowl, let's say. Wyvern Keep is the delicious food in the middle, and that crack is the only way in or out. That crack is also well guarded. As you can see, there's a gate. There are archers, scouts on duty. Now, I can help you into Wyvern Keep, but I do not know how to get in there. Our first objective is to capture that.
Agreed.
It is built so that 5 to 6 people can hold off an entire army on their own. The good news is we are not an army. We're just merely 5 or 6 people with only 5 or 6 opponents, hypothetically.
True enough. So, what are you suggesting?
I am suggesting that you use all of your stealth, guile skills, everything that makes you a great homesteader, to get in there and take down our opposition.
Okay.
If we can get into that little fort base thing in the crack in the mountain side, then I can get you inside of Wyvern Keep.
Alright. So, under the cover of darkness, perhaps?
I leave this in your capable hands.
Well, between us we have some small amount of ability, a tiny bit of tactical sense, and absolutely no stealth ability. So,
I look at Morrison. Morrison, ye of little faith. He pulls out some dried rose petals from his regent bag. I got this. And he gets close to the gate. Let's see. Let me see. We're going to get up at least 20 feet away from the furthest watchman.
Now the foliage stops. There is a flat plain now turning more grass
Okay.
than mush. The grass is tall enough for you to stand straight up in, Shallot, and not be seen. But that does stretch on for 60 yards or so before these peaks jut out. There's no watchman outside of these closed gates. And yeah, you guys can see stone masonry work making a wall.
So there's no
for people to stand up on.
there's no guards on the parapets.
You can see two, one on the left, one on the right of the gate itself, which is
Okay.
iron.
Shallot is gonna cast sleep on him, which I do believe
Some amount of d8s.
five
Let me-
5d8s.
Stealth check, please.
Yeah, stealth check
Oh.
first.
Advantage on it because you are moving through the tall grass. He moves out alone. While Shallot kind of just starts waddling out there, Jericho. Okay, seat of the Pantsfield then, instead of planning. If the rest of you just so happens to come into possession of loud, noisy things like explosives or big weapons or anything, I would suggest not using them. Stealth will be our ally here.
It's a 21 on the stealth check.
Nat 20, you are as close to the gate as you want to. They cannot see you.
Okay. So there's only two of them. Yeah, I think we're just gonna cast it at the first level spell slot. Let's see, and I'm gonna roll 5d8. So I can put up to 20 HP of between them asleep. What's their max HP?
You don't know.
Yeah.
But they
Well-
both fall asleep.
Wonderful. And I pop out of the grass. And I look at the guys, giving them thumbs up. I got him.
What is he doing? He did it? Oh my god. That's incredible. Yeah. I kind of call out, did you kill him?
No, I just put him to sleep.
Okay.
And I take the dried rose petals and I kind of toss them up in the air. Magic.
Right. What now?
Well, that's where my job ends and yours begins. Somebody needs to pick that lock. I don't know how to do that.
I think I know
Are
someone.
you guys scooting up to the actual encampment now, to the base?
I think so.
Because if so,
Yeah. We'll go for it.
I can finally make our map pop up on screen.
Nice.
Oh,
We have a good number of people that I will move around. Sneaking up to these gates. There's two watchmen, two guards atop, seemingly asleep. It is quiet. You don't hear people walking around. You don't hear raucous laughter or conversation.
Damn. This map, though. Okay. And we're just kind of creeping around the outside of us right now, yeah?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Time to keep it down. Sonny, you're the expert with locks. Wanna help us out here? You're muted.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I will
Oh, I
sneak
see.
up to the door and I will do my best investigation on the lock. What am I dealing with a 16?
You are dealing with. There are no big padlock or keys of any kind. In fact, it seems as though it's some kind of mechanical device on the inside, like a
Or like
lever
a bar or
button.
something?
And maybe if this lever is moved, the gates will open.
How high is the gate?
The gate reaches 10 feet. The little stone walls are flat masonry, maybe 15 for them.
Alright, I want to tie a rope onto Booper and I want to throw Booper over the gate.
Make me a strength check, please.
Okay. I'm not very strong, but I will try. Strength.
If she will trust Syndra with the booper, Syndra could attempt to throw the
I'll try
strange
it, and
hand.
if she misses, she'll wave Cinder over. Ooh,
Oh,
that's
damn.
Oh, there you go.
Crits right now.
This is what she does. She breaks into things.
Yeah.
You tie the little rope around Booper. He's very, very heavily weighed down. And with a little swing of the rope, you can toss him right over the top. He
Right.
lands on the other side with a almost silent thud.
Good. And hopefully he will think to tie off the rope so I can climb over. I'm assuming this is probably like something that Sienna
This is like a
and Booper have
routine,
done
yeah.
before.
Nat
Yeah.
20
Oh
for
my
Booper.
god.
Booper is able to shake free of the stupid rope. He hates it. He hops down on the other side
Yeah,
of the
does not like the rope.
He hops down on the other side of the gate. You can see him scurrying in the dirt. The gate is slatted. You can see through the iron bars. He disappears behind a corner. I'll ping it for you. About right there.
Mhm.
On his own volition, completely not listening to you.
Oh,
There's a
Boo.
thunk. And with a die roll, a relatively quiet creaking of hinges as the gate opens. The lever has been pulled.
So Sunny's really confused as like the rope lands back down at her feet, and she's like, "Boop, what?" And like watches as he goes, and then she's like, "He knows where the lever is." Okay, that works too. And she'll wave to everyone to come over and have open doors.
It's
Because
almost
we're-
like he knew.
He's the brains of the operation.
We have a few minutes left, so I'd like to get everyone into a initiative order that helps moving pieces around for
Okay.
exploring, fighting, all that kind of stuff. Let's roll it.
Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them. Oh, there it is, Charlotte.
There it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Just like we knew it was coming.
The exact same initiative as last time.
Damn. Well damn.
He's cheating. He's cheating because he's a cheater,
Hacking
cheater,
the
Miss
game.
Cheater. He's hacking roll 20.
Just writing the code. Always look like I rolled it.
Sonny, you are going first. You are the first at the gate. They open up. There's torch sconces lighting this place up. You can actually see relatively well now that the gates are open and that you can gaze inside. All of the walls are about 15 feet tall, and there's a small alley. You could barely get a wagon through here, and this seems to be some kind of port into Wyvern Keep. There are more parapets up on the other side. Presumably guards watching from the other angle too. Watching for anyone coming up from the inside of Wyvern Keep. And that is what you see, and you can move your character up to your movement speed. I would like to get through at least one round of every one.
Oh yeah. Who's so Sunny's turn, was it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh. I thought Charlie
Feel
was
like
just,
she's-
I thought Charlie
yeah.
was just sitting still, like blanking out. There she
Alright.
goes. There it is.
Yeah.
Rip cameras. All right. Well. God damn it. I was like,
Do,
wow,
do,
she's
do,
like,
do, do, do.
she's totally zoned out. No. Okay. Right. I'll get to
Sienna
fixing
uses her particular first turn then to throw Booper and open the gate. We will go to Morsan.
I'll pop you guys here for now. Okay.
Morsan, I believe you are the purple one up top here.
I am the purple man. So she is presumably stealthed in somewhere. I am gonna sneak in. I'm gonna sneak up to these barrels here, probably using a dash move to kind of hide in a barrel.
Okay, you can run over there, pop open the lid of the barrel, and you are engulfed in this stench. The almost visible waves of the alcohol coming up out of these things. Not even drinking. These are weaponized?
Oh.
Weaponized alcohol barrels probably very volatile. You probably need to be really careful. You might not want to climb inside one.
Oh,
but you can roll a stealth check.
Okay. Let's see. Just gonna get a last camera in there for Alex. I know, Jares. So let's see. Stealth check for Morzan. I've had good luck today, so there it is. 9.
The people right above you are asleep. You are hunkered down behind a barrel. Hopefully that will impede anyone's ability to see you.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy, so he's like too big to fit behind the barrel. So he's like pretending that like he like looks downwards so that he can't see anything, and he's like, if I can't see them, they can't see me. Shalla told me this.
Here at Roll20, we love tropes, so the barrels are probably painted bright red.
Yeah, right. Amazing. All right, that is my turn, my friend.
Property of Valve.
Thank you, Gabe.
And big lambdas painted all over them. That brings us to Syndra, I believe.
All right. Syndra is not particularly stealthy, and makes
I'm
no.
going to move Syndra up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. She's just gonna run in and dash, and with her 80 feet of movement, because she has 40 normally, she gets about, what was it, like that far down. She's out of there. All right. And that's all she's gonna do for today, for now.
Sounds about right to me. You sprint in. There are staircases heading up. These things presumably built to go inside of the mountainside, it looks like. But that's 15 feet up above, and you don't know everything going on up there quite yet. With a dash, that does bring us to Shallot.
Shallot he's going to do, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's just going to walk right in there. He's like, I'm so small. He's so short that he's just gonna walk right in there. He's not gonna worry about stealth.
Okay. I need to do some rolls.
Just walks right in. Oh, so screwed.
I just stride right in there, Strider.
Into that heap.
I've heard that one. How clever.
Just stride into those DMs.
Straight up into those DMs.
Well, as soon as we start making Strider puns, I think that's where we call it a wrap, huh?
Gotta leave. Charlotte walks in, everyone turns around and looks at him, he makes a Strider pun, and boom.
They're like, bye. They're like, oh, we quit. We didn't sign up for this.
How do we play on Wednesday? Is it actually that time? Or
It is unfortunately that time. I could probably push for an extra 10 minutes if you wanted to get to a special moment here. Or if not, I'm happy to wrap here.
I think we should wrap it up with the missing Sunny, because I would like her to be just a part of this. And if we are here now, Qual can help out next time as well.
That's a good point.
I have not forgotten the VD either. The party is not going to have an easy time sneaking in here as the players might think.
Great stuff. Well, my friends, we're going to wrap up a little early today. We're going to wait for Charlotte to get back and Jace back next week so we can dig our teeth into this awesome map that Strider's made for us here. So tune in, same time next week for more Sands of Zehir. Thank you guys for joining us for today's show. For all the donations, tentacle madness at its best. And it's only ever good. So that is saying something, my friends. Sands is here. A lot of fun as always. Let's go around the cast and crew. We enjoy ourselves. We're happy to find you guys online. I know the overlay's janky. I know the cameras are fucked, but it's all good. We're signing up, so we'll fix it for next week. Let's go to Strider. Strider, man, what do you think about tonight's show? Oh yeah, also Syndra has a wild magic surge. Thank you, Charis.
Sweet, thank you.
I want to see what it is now.
Yeah, let's finish on that.
Work it in. Yeah, man, I had fun. I've been doing this for over a decade, so you think I would prepare for more bullshit time for people to just blab and not actually get anything done. But I'm always still astounded by how little progress we make. Part of that's my fault, but I'm having fun, so I don't care. Yeah, be here next week. Gonna have fun. This isn't the only map. I have 3-ish. There's gonna be
3
lots
in a
of
bit.
fighting.
Nice.
And
Looking
I
forward.
got 4 nat 20s left. They're gonna be used to infect the whole party with shadowy curses that make their eyeballs goop out of their heads. So
Yay.
Wonderful.
Yay. Great stuff. Syndra's Wild Magic Surge. Syndra spends a few rounds trying to unscrew her own head.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, with my -1 intelligence, that tracks. Yeah.
Great head screw up, probably. Amazing.
Excellent.
Thank you, Charis, for that. We'll get to that next session. Sil,
Yeah, absolutely.
let's get to let's do your own little sign off here, Sil.
That was a brilliant session. Thanks so much, Strider, for running this each week. It was lots of craziness, and those tentacles certainly added some fun moments.
Oh,
I am Silthulu. You can follow me at my Twitter as above. I got a few interesting things planned for the future in terms of some possible DMG stuff and a couple of other things. So we'll see how that all pans out. But yeah,
Awesome.
thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.
Great stuff, great stuff. Zippy.
Hi guys, I'm Zippy Zippo. You can find me here on Twitch at Zippy_Zippo, where I do variety gaming, nostalgic gaming. I just like gaming. Right now we're going through Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline, so I've been on that kind of kick. You can find me here every Wednesday for Sands of Zehir. You can find me Tuesday on 6 and 20 Metropolis, where we play the City of Mist setting. And you can find me on over on a channel called Henley's channel, where we do Mouse Guard. So
Great stuff. Thank you, Zippy, for joining us. As always, that was a great time. So, man, today's sessions were awesome. We had a great kill earlier on Call of Cthulhu, and we're about to get into a point where we may be killed in Sands of Zehir. So, same time next week for Call of Cthulhu and Sands of Zehir. The earliest start time of 4 p.m. remember, is when we start Sands, so there's no gap between those two shows. I'll be back online tomorrow on Encounter Roleplay here at the time of 1 p.m. Eastern for Tales from the Twisted Tower, followed by, we may have a cancellation of the Great Gallery of Grunrundi because Chelsea is moving house and super busy, so I'll let you know about that one tomorrow. We may have it if you're booked in for that one. You'll get an email tonight from me and we'll reschedule. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Tonight's been so much fun. As per usual, love this community, love this guys are here on Wednesday to come in and play with you guys. Thank you so much for making today awesome. And until next time, try not to draw too many nat ones because we want to be here laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.